गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् Hari Om. Our pranams, salutations to all the gurus, the entire Guru Parampara, starting from Lord Shiva himself, and today also is Chinmaya Jayanti, right? Chinmaya Jayanti. Our Swami Chinmayananda, whose disciple is our Swami Anubhavananda, whose disciple is senior to me, Swami Radhikananda. I am the junior most. स्वामी परमानंद देखा रिएक्शन आ गया वही चाहिए था so parampara is continuing. I am learning from her, she is learning from Swamiji, Swamiji learned from, and it goes on, and we all learn from each other, like she learned how to make chapati today. So learning is a continuous process. It must not be stopped. A seeker never stops to learn from even a passing breeze. And in that momentum, this morning I addressed Mataji's class, and there we are looking at aids to meditation according to Adi Shankaracharya, and there are a few verses, and in that the refrain that goes as Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani, and it goes on. And we saw, I'll just to connect, I did 2 verses or 3 verses in the morning, and we'll just continue. Jitna ho jayega utna ho jayega. And we saw the verse, just to give you a recap, Yat param sakalavag gocharam gocharam vimala bodha chakshushaha shuddha chiddhanamanadivastu yad brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. I am that Brahma, or the teacher is telling, do the bhavana, bhavayatmani, do the bhavana. And by doing the bhavana of Brahman, and I am that Tattvamasi, he is saying, you are that Brahman. We have to say, I am that Brahman. ये भाव करते रहो. माँ का भी एक भाव है, पत्नी का भी एक भाव है ना? Every role is a भाव only. So you come, either you do it diligently, sincerely, and with surrender and with commitment, or you थोड़ा सा इधर टच कर लिया, थोड़ा सा उधर टच कर लिया, so you're good at nothing, and then life is a mess. So whatever you do, make paranthas perfect. Call me next time. We'll have a parantha session. तो यहाँ पे कहते हैं, he says that bhavayatmani, we concluded the previous talk that every bhav must conclude with anubhav. भाव अनुभव. यहाँ पे भाव की बात हो रही है, बट भाव इज एन इमोशन, भाव इज अ फीलिंग, भाव इज इन द माइंड. When intellect and mind, the emotion and logic merge with each other, then it is called integration. And that integration cannot come about if, थोड़ा कम कर दो यार, बहुत गर्म हो रहा है. The integration can only come about when our orientation in life is not extroverted. When it is extroverted, what is presenting to us? The variety. And when you look at variety, chakachon, it's glitter, and you run after it, but it has never satisfied you till today. You have eaten food for so many tea, you have drunk tea so many times. Has it satisfied you? Again, chai, chai, chai. Again, paratha, paratha, paratha. Again, lunch, lunch, lunch. Dinner, dinner, dinner. There's no end to it. So we are involved in it. We enjoy it, but it has never given us a continuous satisfaction. It is broken satisfaction, broken contentment. So our desire for the world is not giving us the contentment that we want. So here it's told that you turn your attention inwards on whom? On that conscious principle, which here he gives the example. One, yat param sakalavaga gocharam. It is that principle where, how do I recognize what that principle is? We are going from outside to inside. He's saying where the words do not reach, where the senses cannot see. Very simple example. If my eyes are illuminating the world, I ask you, can you see by your eyes, your own eyes? Try. See what happens. Right now, do this exercise. This is not for collecting data and trying later. Try it right now. Huh? No. By your own eyes, try to look at your own eyes, where the vision is expressing from. And if you keep looking at, you look at the wall, then you look at this person, then you look at this person, then you come to the camera, and slowly then I can see the frame of my glasses, and as I keep, it requires stillness. And if I keep coming towards it, I will never be able to see it. But in that process, one thing will happen. You do this experiment. What will happen? All the names, forms, colors, everything will merge into zero. It will become black. Everything will melt away. Same thing happens when we come to the mind. Mind is outwardly oriented. When mind starts looking at its own source, Gocharam here it's told the five senses, but also the mind. Mind is the sixth sense. When the mind starts suspecting also, it's curiosity. What is that? Because of whom am I thinking? Why? Who is knowing that the thoughts are coming and going? That the thoughts are coming in me. No, but I'm watching also. This क्या कहते हैं, खींचातानी चलती रहती है अंदर. And as it is going on, and if your attention, you can't put the attention, but you know there is someone who knows that the mind is thinking, the thoughts are coming, staying and going. Somewhere along the way, suddenly the mind becomes quiet. How it becomes quiet? You are experiencing it on a daily basis. The experiences of the sleep. You think of sleep and the mind becomes empty by itself. You don't try to remove the world out of your mind. You don't try to remove your body. No, I'm not the body. Out. नहीं, ऐसे तो नहीं होता. You just surrender to sleep. You just contemplate on sleep. चलो यार, life has आज बढ़िया दिन हो गया. I lived 100%. I did what was required to be done. I lived with inspiration. Living with inspiration doesn't mean giving trouble to others and happiness for ourselves. No. Living with inspiration means spreading joy and cheer to everyone. Not necessarily laughing club, but just by your presence, with your smile, with your looks, looks means by your eyes, by your words. And if you have lived without getting attached to anyone, but living dynamically and inspirationally, then that day is lived properly. Automatically, somewhere along that time, either you will get to sleep nicely or you will meditate very nicely. Inner pull will come automatically. When you eat a dosa, if you want to know what inner pull is, if you eat a dosa, the inner pull comes. A quick power nap I need afterward. है क्या नहीं? खाया क्या? हाँ, नींद आती है बाद में. हाँ, Good dosa means you must feel sleepy afterwards. See? So, in this manner, when when the mind becomes attentive of that, uh, what you call, incomprehensive principle, mind cannot know it because mind thinks in thoughts. The one because of whom the thoughts are coming, the mind is functioning. How can effect come to know the cause? It cannot come to know the cause. So here he says, for that the speech cannot, that principle, that Brahman, that pure consciousness, that Chetana is beyond the scope of the speech. Speech cannot illuminate it. Sir, why are you speaking so many words if speech cannot illuminate it? To confuse you. What will happen in confusion? You will stop thinking. ये बेवकूफ़ है. अच्छा, सुनने वाला भी तो बेवकूफ़ है. कभी ना कभी तो क्लिक होगा. But these words are the words of scriptures. The scriptural words have the beauty if the student is available, if the seeker is available to the words of the scriptures, merely while listening, the transformation of the vision comes about. The cessation of the mind comes about. Abidance in the self happens. The penultimate step before abidance is this, what it calls here as, what is that? Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha. Bodha Chakshusha is the eye of wisdom opens up. Eye of wisdom is you are moving around everywhere and your attention is continuously on that life principle which is throbbing through your mind, through your senses, through your body, as if you are walking on clouds. Everywhere you see beauty. Eyes are seeing beauty, but that beauty is not because of a beautiful figure. The beauty is inner, which is being, and it's not even in the most ugly person you will see the beauty. Even in the kachare ki peti mein bhi beauty dikhega aapko. One Mahatma was there by the name of Gajanan Maharaj. Have you heard of him? Some of you have. Gajanan Maharaj was there, and when he was one day when he revealed himself to the world in Shegaon, I went there. अभी जब गया था तब जाके आया मैं, 2 दिन का ट्रिप मार के आया. So that Mahatma, there was one Bhagavad, some Satyanarayan Puja had happened and he was inside serving the food and everything, and there you give the food on the leaf plates, and after the leaf plates people had eaten, they are collected and thrown outside the door of the house, entrance door, and there only in the old times outside the house the gutter used to go. Okay. आपने देखा भी होगा. So this Gajanan Maharaj, he has a dog and he's sitting on the side of the heap of those plates, and he's collecting the grains of food from that, and he's feeding the dog, and whatever is hanging outside the mouth of the dog, he's taking that and putting in his mouth. What a disgusting, huh? It's disgusting, but I see many Gajanan Maharaj in many houses nowadays. They're kissing the dog, they're मेरा डालो, मेरा पप्पू, मेरा ये, मेरा वो, लगे रहते हैं सबके सब. So by chance the priest or the pravachnkar who had done the Satyanarayan Puja, he comes out and he sees and he feels disgusted and he says, "Hey man, don't you have any dignity? Don't you have any, how can you eat that stuff?" He didn't, he's mast, apne andar mast hai wo. He finished, the dog also finished eating food and he's watching. And he went, put his hand into the gutter and he took the water, and the dirty water, for him it is dirty. He took the water, he gave some for the dog to drink and took some for himself to drink. He says, "Don't you have any shame? You are the worst of the worst in the society. This is, my God, how can you?" He says, "No." He says, "This is gutter." No, he says, "Ganga Jal." And he lifted the dirty, murky water, he picked it up, and it was crystal clear in his hand. And he showed it to him and he drank it. And the Prachankar, he said, "I must be a mad fellow." And in the evening, then the pravachan was being held in the temple, and he went there and he started giving the pravachan on Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, or karte, and outside, if this is the temple, at the entrance is there, and outside the entrance there is a big banyan tree. Under the banyan tree, this mad fellow called Gajanan Maharaj, so called mad fellow, he is sitting there. And suddenly in the middle of it, he screamed from there, "Hey, you think you can speak on Bhagavad a little bit, so you can tell anything to anyone? You have spoken this verse wrong." And he said, and from there itself he repeated the correct verse and the meaning of the verse, which this fellow had got it wrong. Now in the middle of the pravachan you cannot get away. So he finished the pravachan, and then he discovered him. He ran away, Gajanan Maharaj. When eventually he was found, from that time onwards, this Gajanan Maharaj became the talk of the town. And the reason is that for such a person, everything is auspicious, everything is wonderful, everything is pure, everything is clean, because his eye, this eye of wisdom has opened up, and with that eye of wisdom you don't see the murk anywhere. See, the mother can never see the faults in the child. Love, when we can't see fault in ourselves anytime. Correct? We love ourselves the most. दूर क्यों जाना है? And same way, when the way we love ourselves, the day that happens, that we, without any reason, without any cause, without any purpose, we love the entire creation as it is. It is only possible when the Divya Chakshu, the Jnana Chakshu, or the Bodh, here the word used is Bodh Chakshusha, it opens up. And this Bodh Chakshu opens up only when the mind settles down. In other words, mind and intellect integrate, synchronize. The yin and yang synchronize, the Ida Pingla synchronizes, the left brain and the right brain synchronizes. That's when the higher vision is revealed to the seeker. It doesn't happen only if you are logical or only if you are emotional. So, Shuddha Chitta Dhanavanadi Vastu Yada. So this Vastu, this essence, which is a homogeneous mass of consciousness, it is beginningless. There is no beginning to it. Understand that. There's only understanding required. And that beginningless reality is none other than that Brahman, the infinite reality, and Tattvamasi. You are that infinite reality. Do this type of bhava, bhavayatmani. Do this bhava again and again, again and again. See, when so many in our Bhagavad, I think I am giving lectures on Srimad Bhagavatam, but so many 8-9 kids are born in our Bhagavatam. प्यार ज़्यादा हो गया. But every child of that, all those children over last 14-15 years, all those kids, from the time they are conceived, they have listened to my voice doing Bhagavatam. See? And some connection is there. They are born, they sit in their mom's lap, the whole world में ऐसे करके देखते रहते हैं. टीनेज होने के बाद नहीं देखेंगे, लेकिन तब तक till about 7, 8, 9 years old, टकटकी लगा के, छोटे छोटे बच्चे तो टकटकी लगा के आँख, they don't even blink their eyes, as if where have I heard this sound, where have I heard this voice. हम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु करते हैं या आवाज़ आ रही है, कहाँ से सुना है? आप भी ऐसे सुनो कि कहाँ से अंदर से, because of whom the mind is functioning, because of whom the thinking is going on, the senses are seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, because of whom this the hands, legs, speech, everything is going on. See, this is worthy of contemplation. World is not worthy of contemplation. Whatever world will go on, There has never been a time that the world has not been like this. Oh, third world world is आएगा, और नहीं आएगा तो नहीं आएगा. लोग भूखे मर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे सूडान में ये हो रहा है, अफगानिस्तान में ऐसे हो रहा है. कब नहीं हुआ था? If it is not there, somewhere else it is going on. See? So we don't have to worry. Did you create the world to worry about the world? No. If you want to do something, make yourself powerful and do it. Don't think about it without any action towards it and worry. Then what should we do? We will like worrying. Worry about God. Worry about who is this fellow who is functioning from within me. And he alone is functioning through everyone. But when will it click to me? Get curious. Get excited about it. That there is a possibility. So in this manner, this verse concludes in Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. Then we come to the next one. It says, Shadbhirurmi bhirago yogi yogi hrud bhavitam nakaranair vibhavitam bodhya vedyamana stiyad brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. He says that Shad bhi rur mein bhi yogi hrud. There are these shad urmis or shad vikaras. Shad urmis are different, shad vikaras are different. You know shad vikara? Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. ठीक है? This is called shad vikar. Vikar matlab modifications of your mind which take you towards your destruction. Anger, greed, jealousy, envy, hypocrisy and arrogance. So this is Shad Vikar. But there is something called Shad Urmi. Shad Urmi, at the body level, there are two things that happen. What happens? Tell. At body level. Either the body feels hot or the body feels cold. So we felt hot, we put the heater off. Now after some time we'll feel cold, we'll put it on. The skin, the body feels this is what it is worried about. ठंड लग रही है, गर्मी लग रही है, कपड़े पहनो, कपड़े उतारो, कपड़े पहनो, कपड़े उतारो, यही करते रहो. पहले first urmi at the body level, because we are what? Gross body, subtle body and causal body. So first part is here. At the body level, gross body level, this form, you feel heat and cold. Second urmi, second is the breath. Because of the breath, what do you feel? Hunger and thirst. If you control your breath, control नहीं करना चाहिए. Only watch your breath. If you control your breath, then बकासुर अंदर से पैदा होता है. Who wants to eat, सब कुछ खाना खत्म कर देगा. अपने लिए कुछ नहीं बचेगा फिर. You understand? Yes, I have come across yogis in Rishikesh and Varanasi. यार वो भंडारा होता है वहाँ पे. They bring these cane baskets full of laddus to give everyone. ये खाया जा रहा है, खाया जा रहा है, खाया जा रहा है. Whole basket he finishes. And he has got no tummy. हम देखते हैं तो हमारा टमी आ जाता है. See? So with this breath you can control. If you watch the breath and come to a calm, then to a large extent the hunger and thirst is controlled. You watch our Swamiji, he hardly drinks water. बहुत rare. I have come across so many at least 3 Mahatmas who have never eaten food in their life. Not eaten. You will say how that is possible. But you are only आज क्या है, पराठे समझी नहीं बनाए. अच्छा 2 खाएंगे, रोज 1 खाते, आज 2 खाएंगे. कम पड़ जाएंगे, फिर बेलने पड़ेंगे. So we are extroverted. We look at the glitter, the variety, the colors, the taste, the smells, and we get attracted by them. See? So here we are told, we are talking about Brahman, that infinite reality, that consciousness that is the real me. What is it? It's beyond the Shad Vikaras, and it's beyond, it does not feel the heat and cold, it does not feel hunger and thirst. And then the third part of your personality is the mind. At the mind level, what do you feel? Joys and sorrows. So joys and sorrows also he is not affected by. Very simple example, just as the sun is not affected, influenced, enslaved by the day and night. The day and night are because of the sun, but from sun's point of view, there is nothing called day, there is nothing called night. Then what is there from the sun's point of view? Only sun is. So same way, from your point of view, you are the support of the entire creation in the waking, dream and deep sleep, but you are not influenced or enslaved or entangled by this creation. Then how this body and mind are functioning? They were born, they have some data, they are functioning by themselves. Unnecessarily you are saying, I am the body, I am seeing, I am hearing. Hunger comes by itself. Did you create the hunger? Did you create the hunger? But then why do you say, I am hungry? Did you create the thirst? No, but you say, I am thirsty. The happiness comes, there is a twinkle in the eye, the smile on the lips, and suddenly the mind wants to go and own it. I am happy. But happiness tumne to nahi laye. See? So catch this, that everything in this creation is just happening. This ego goes and takes ownership of I am hot, I am cold, I am hungry, I am thirsty, and I am happy and I am grieving or sorrowful. And jahan tumne identification kar liya, where you get identified, there the misery begins. So what is this Brahman? Brahman is supporting everything, Brahman or Atma. It is supporting everything but not influenced by anything. And that you are, oh my dear child. That you are, my O seeker. And then he says here, that which is realized in the heart of yogis but cannot be grasped by the sense organs. I already told you. So where the moment your mind turns inwards, you are a yogi. Sir, my mind turns inwards every night. Am I a yogi? Are you a yogi? I'm asking.
No.
If you remain aware of the mind, that it was active first and now it is deactivated, it has gone to sleep, and you are aware of it, then you are a yogi. But if you have lost the plot and you have fallen asleep, then you are a bhogi. Bhogi means the one who enjoys deep sleep. यार पर्दे मत खोलना, अभी कितना पे है, 5 बज गए. अरे 5 बज गए, आधी रात हो गई. आधी रात नहीं उठना है, और थोड़ा कब नहीं, 12 बजे उठेंगे. तो भोगी enjoys in the bed. Bhogi enjoys the world. The bhogi enjoys the indulgences. Yogi, because he's focused, he has come to understand that there is nothing to achieve and accumulate in this world. Instead, his attention is, he's curious. Ki yaar, if he has observed his life from childhood till today, how much hard work and toil we have done. Look at him. He's working so hard. I came to know you are working very hard. You are on a project or something. But see, karo, मैं तुम्हारी खींच रहा हूँ. But we are working so hard, but we have not been able to hold on to anything. Not our health, not our eyesight, not our sugar, not our what do you call blood pressure. कुछ भी नहीं control कर सकते. The moment you feel you are in control, it starts slipping out. See, or some issue comes and you feel lost, and again you have to reinitiate the control mechanism. And this is going on from childhood to today. But one day, if you, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I think I have to do so much to keep my family together. I have to do so much to keep my business together. I have to do so much to keep my friends together. I have to do so much. They called me for their 80th birthday. I think I should call them for my 60th birthday. Today I had lunch with someone, a Western lady, and she was diagnosed with cancer of the lungs. Doctor said 4 months she's gone. The day she was diagnosed, she and her husband took their Tesla car, drove all the way to Melbourne, and spent half a day with me. She said, Swamiji, please tell me what should be my attitude towards life now that I have only 4 months left. I don't know what is going to happen. And we talked, which the husband was not interested. He went to some lunch outside, he went to art, something. So she spent the time and we had a chat. I said, all the talk over, I said, tell me, what is that one thing that you have learned, that you have learned from this experience? I'm just curious to know. You know what her answer was? She was very calm with the whole thing. She says, Swamiji, from the moment I have come to know, now I have a reason. I don't have to be good to people. This, I used to, good in the sense, this social responsibility. She says, every day I go only shopping, that this one's birthday, this one's marriage anniversary, this one's this one's 70th, this one's 50th, this one's grandchild, and I get tired. I don't want to do all this. Now I have an excuse. I will say, I am sick, I'm not coming, I'm not going anywhere. She says, I'm relieved that this has happened. देखो कितना, it had to come, the cancer had to come for her to realize that we don't have to live for the world. The world must live for us. Oh, I like that. But for that, you have to be that way. You have to be that way. See? It's not that I'm demanding that the world has to live for me. But these social responsibilities, because I called you for dinner, you must call me for dinner. Now, next time I will not call you for dinner. Why? Because 2 times I called you and you never called me even once. मैं ही खिलाती जा रही हूँ. होता है ना गृहस्थों में ऐसे, क्योंकि लोग ही बताते हैं. That's how I know the story. So and today, this is now after 4 years, she's still alive. She's still alive. She's doing her pranayam, she's doing her yoga, she took the chemo, but immediately went to an Ayurvedic clinic in India and cleansed herself of all the chemo. Every time they give her chemo, very next day she goes to India and cleans herself off. And she's still and better than what I have ever seen her. See? So don't wait for such experiences to happen to you in order to change your attitude towards life. That's why satsangs are there, our scriptures are there, our Guru Maharajas are there. And what they are teaching, exactly what we are saying, that before it is time, before that moment comes, correct your way. Correct your way. We are not saying don't do anything, live 100%, but live 100% without any attachment to any results in the world, but your attention is on the conscious principle. If that is done, see how beautiful the life will be. Then you will find when that Bodha Chakshu opens up, when you are continuously thinking of the Lord or you are thinking of the conscious principle, you are at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, in the right circumstances, everything is correct. Then don't say, Arey yaar, everything was supposed to be correct. How come this accident happened? It happened. Otherwise, you would have lost your life. Whatever. See? So, but in that abidance, in that continuous flow of attention towards that divine principle, that throb of life, there is nothing else which is important. And एक बार वो क्लिक हो जाता है, फिर जीवन में क्या हो जाता है? मस्ती आ जाती है, मस्ती आ जाती है. Then you live with abandonment. You know you are taken care of. Bhagwan says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. तेषाम नित्याभियुक्तानाम योगक्षेमम वहाम्यम. यू थिंक ऑफ मी, भगवान कह रहे हैं. हम अपने आत्मा को चिंतन कर रहे हैं या भगवान का चिंतन कर रहे हैं. ही सेज यू थिंक ऑफ मी टू द एक्सक्लूजन ऑफ एवरीथिंग. लीव द वर्ल्ड, यू थिंक अबाउट मी ओनली. While working in the world, who is seeing? I am. Oh, Bhagwan is seeing. Oh, who is making the words come out? Bhagwan is making the words out. Who is giving the hunger? He is giving. Who is giving the pressure? He is. Who is making the legs walk? He is making the legs walk. Who is making me awake in the morning? He is making. Who is making me go to sleep? He is making. Who is giving the confusion? He is. Who is giving clarity? He is. Don't take responsibility for any damn thing in the world. Ananyas chintayanto mam. He says, I will take care of what you need and I'll take care of what you have. अब कर लो. इतना बड़ा स्टेटमेंट दे दिया भगवान ने भगवत गीता में, फिर भी हम लगे हुए हैं मुझे करना है, मुझे करना है, मुझे करना है ना. कुत्ते की पूंछ टेढ़ी की टेढ़ी है, सीधी नहीं होगी. एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर एक्सट्रोवर्टेड, कुत्ते की पूंछ टेढ़ी ही रहेगी. द मोमेंट यू कम गो मेक अ यू टर्न एंड गो इन, कुत्ते की पूंछ ही नहीं रहेगी. टेढ़ापन तो छोड़ो, कुत्ता भी नहीं रहेगा, पूंछ भी नहीं रहेगी. इन दिस मैनर इतना बोल के आगे बढ़ते हैं. मेरे को बता देना भाई, 1 घंटा, 1.5 घंटा, 1.25 घंटा, 3 घंटा. एक और वर्ष कर लेते हैं, ठीक है. हाँ, दिस इज अ. अरे क्या, मैंने कितना बोलने के बाद फिर बोल रहे हो कि रावण कौन था या राम कौन था? नहीं, 3 ही तो बताए. तो हर तीनों में 2 तो थे. हीट एंड कोल्ड 2 हो गए, हंगर एंड थर्स्ट 2 हो गए. थोड़ा सा हट के सोचो. हाँ, फिर डांट खाओगे नहीं तो. सिंपल से क्वेश्चन पूछा तो हमको फिर से. अच्छा, आपको भी यही प्रॉब्लम थी? मुझे तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं थी. क्वेश्चन पूछा तो पता चला मुझे कि मेरी जो प्रॉब्लम है. तो मेरा भी रिवीजन हो गया. ओके, चलो. एक क्वेश्चन पूछो. हाँ, पूछो.
जैसे आपने बोला ये जानवर जो होते हैं, जैसे आप कुत्ते का ही एग्जांपल ले लें, वो कैसे एक समभाव में रहते हैं जानवर?
जब हम बन जाएंगे तब बताएंगे.
क्या बोला?
मुझे क्या पता यार. यार ऐसे यहाँ पे ब्रह्मन की बात हो रही है, कॉन्शियसनेस की बात हो रही है, तुम कुत्ते की बात कर रहे हो.
मतलब जैसे दूसरे जीव जंतु हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम मनुष्य, क्या वो समभाव में ही रहते हैं?
वो समभाव में नहीं रहते. वो अपने जैसे उनका नेचर है, उस नेचर के हिसाब से वो जी रहे हैं. कॉन्शियसनेस इज द सेम. पर उस इक्विपमेंट में, उस कुत्ते की बॉडी में या उस बिल्ली की बॉडी में, उस शेर की बॉडी में जो उसकी एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ लाइफ की कैपेसिटी है, उसके हिसाब से वो एक्सप्रेस हो रही है लाइफ. हमारे इसमें भी हम इतने, वी आर सो मेनी पीपल हियर, ईच वन इज यूनिक. लाइफ इज द सेम. यू ऑल्सो से आई, शी ऑल्सो सेज आई ऑल्सो से आई. वी आर ऑल लिविंग. यस, वी आर ऑल लिविंग. So consciousness is the same, just as electricity is the same behind all the bulbs. Somewhere it is expressing as heat, somewhere it is expressing as refrigeration, somewhere it is expressing as 100 watts, somewhere it is expressing as 0 watts. So is it the fault of electricity? It's the capacity of the equipment, how much it supports the expression of electricity, isn't it? So electricity is the same, 240 volts everywhere. So same way, this consciousness is the same. Now the equipment's capacity for each person is different. That's all. See? So recognize this. The problem comes because we think we are the equipment. We are not the equipment. Equipment is, parents have given us the equipment. Yes, thank you very much. And through that, somewhere in the 4th or 5th month, we entered, and till there it was fine. Then once we are born, then till then also, till 2 years, 2.5 years, it's still fine. Because the child, if you have heard your children speak, they always speak of themselves in third person. अब स्वामी स्कूल जाएगा, मम्मी स्वामी अभी स्कूल जाना है, जाएगा, उसके लिए बैग पैक करो, स्वामी को ब्रेकफास्ट चाहिए, स्वामी को लंच चाहिए. दे थर्ड पर्सन में बात करते हैं. मेनी महात्माज ऑल्सो स्पीक द सेम वे. They will say, our Ram Tirth was there. Swami Ram Tirth. He used to talk of, now, अब राम को भूख लगी है, अब राम बोलना नहीं चाहता. लोग सोचेंगे वो अपने बारे में बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन his attention is on Ram. His attention is on the conscious principle. तो थर्ड पर्सन में बोलते थे, बच्चे बोलते हैं. बट आफ्टर दैट 3 साल का होता है, क्रश में जाता है या स्कूल में जाता है, किंडरगार्टन में जाता है, इमीडिएटली द ब्रेन वॉशिंग बिगिंस. उसके पेरेंट्स को, द चाइल्ड सेज, गॉड स्वामी, डैडी स्वामी को जूते पहना दो, स्कूल जाना है उसको. एक थप्पड़ पड़ता है. ज़्यादा नवाब आ गया है, नवाब की तरह बातें कर रहा है कि स्वामी को स्कूल जाना है. ये नहीं बोल सकते कि मुझे स्कूल जाना है. यू अंडरस्टूड? No, you didn't understand. Why are you nodding? So, sorry. What I'm saying is, when a small child, he says to the dad that, Dad, Swami wants to go to school, please put the shoes on for Swami. So, father gives him one. He says, why you are saying Swami, Swami, Swami like a king? That language is for the kings. You should say, I am going to the school, Dad, please put the shoes on my feet. Brainwashing shuru. You must have all done that. We also went through the same thing. And then after, somewhere the penny drops in our life, and again we start, now yaar, I have used this I so many times. Now, what do I do to remove this I? Acha, pranayam, yoga, भक्ति, वेदांत, लगे रहो. यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं कि कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू डोंट हैव टू डू एनी साधना. ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज जस्ट feel the proximity to that conscious principle which is throbbing through your life, through this equipment, and be that throbbing principle, be that consciousness, be that life. Meaning, don't over invest in the body, breath, mind, intellect, and don't under invest in the conscious principle that you are. Now he comes to the next verse. Janma vruddhi parinatya pakshaya vyadhinashana vihinam avyayam vishvasrushtya vidhata karanam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. You are that Brahman. Do the bhavana of that Brahman that you are. That which is changeless and so free from what? Janma vriddhi parinatya apakshaya. See, our body, what is the journey of our body? Birth, growth, disease, decay, and death. Is there anything else that anyone is going through? No, I had cancer also in between. Disease. I lost my hair. I'm losing nowadays. Shortcoming of the body. So, whether it is this table, whether it is this body, whether it is animal body, whether it is plant body, whether it is this universe, it will go through birth, growth, disease, decay and death. उसी को जब डेथ होता है तो प्रलय बोलते हैं. At the total level, every night, are you not going through pralay of going to sleep every night? We understand that one, but in our life also as a body, this is what is going to happen. We look around, But we think as body we will never die. नहीं नहीं, मैं तो अभी जवान हूँ. I am still young. See, someone came because they seen white hair and he's elder to me. Swami, have you noticed? What? Have you noticed? Notice something? मेरे को क्या पता है क्या बोल रहा है बुढ़ा. Old man is tingling me. बोल क्या देखो 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 आपको देख नहीं रहा. Looked at कहाँ देखना है. नहीं मेरे को देखो देखो बताओ. Looked from top to bottom. मैंने कहा हाँ क्या देखा कि you are 89 years old. No tell see something else. Don't you see? I said नहीं. See you are only, you're so young to me, but your beard is white, but my hair are still black. And he's happy. That is where his mind is stuck. अब क्या बोलेंगे अभी. क्या बोलेंगे इसके बारे में. कुछ नहीं बोल सकते. You enjoy that moment and move on. अगर मौका मिल जाता है, एल्डरली पीपल को तंग नहीं करना चाहिए, पर कभी कभी मौका मिल जाए तो चाबी दे देते हैं. आई एम बैड दैट वे.
यार मौका मिलेगा.
हाँ नहीं, यू वेलकम मी इनटू द हाउस. हाउ कैन आई डू दैट. See, so Janma Marana, from birth, growth, disease, decay and death, this is the journey of everything that comes into creation. Everything. Including not only outside, not only this body, also your breath, also your thoughts, also your convictions, they also go through the same. As a child, our conviction was, oh, toys is everything. Now, I don't know. Each one you find out. I could say many things, but you work it out. तो यहाँ पे बोलते हैं, they say that this Brahman, this Atma, this conscious principle, this life principle, it is free from this modification of birth, growth, disease, decay and death. So where do birth, disease, decay and death happen? To the equipment, to the body, breath, mind, intellect, to the world. But I am that, or you are that, he is being told that you are that Brahman, that infinite reality is not affected by this change. And eventually he says that you are, Tattvamasi. And this Brahman is indestructible and is the cause of creation, maintenance and dissolution of the universe. So it is, now you see, it is not very difficult. We make it very complicated for ourselves when we overthink it. Now, is it not your experience? You don't start from straight away, I am the creator of this creation, I am the maintainer of this creation, I am the destroyer of this creation. You straight away want to eat the 8th chapati. भैया पहली तो खा लो. Eat the first one. By the time you reach 8th one, your tummy will be full. But what do we want to do? We want to eat the 8th one and think that we have eaten 8 chapatis. That is not possible. If you eat the 8th one, it is still the first. You understand? So here, the way you look at this world is very simple things. How you are, if I open my eyes, the creation is available to me. It is maintained by my vision. When I close my eyes, the creation is not available to me. Means it has become unmanifest to the vision. So because of that vision, this world was available. Because of my ears, the ability to hear, the sounds were available. So I give validity to the sounds. Because of the sounds don't give validity to me. I give validity to the sounds. Because sounds are inert. I am conscious. Similarly, everything, all the 5 senses. Correct? This clear?
Yeah.
This thought came in the morning also. I am repeating it because you were not there. Simple as that. But then for the mind also, mind gives validity in the mind's presence. Sometimes the seeing is happening, sometimes hearing is happening, sometimes tasting is happening, sometimes smelling is happening, sometimes feeling is happening. Are they happening all of them together? I'm asking. Are they happening all of them together? This is where we go wrong. Only one thing at a time can happen. But it's happening so fast that you are thinking it is that it's a combined experience. For that we have to slow down. So from the mind also, mind is giving validity, mind is seeing. Now seeing began, it was maintained, then it went away, then the hearing began, it was maintained, it went away from senses. Then you come to the breath. Are you not noticing that the breath is taken? You started the in breath, you maintained the in breath for few seconds, and then बहुत हो गया यार मार दिया उसको. This is going on. So in your presence, the in breath was started, in breath was maintained, and in breath concluded. Then in your presence, it is your experience. Out breath began, out breath maintained, out breath concluded. Is this process not going? So you are the master of the breath. You are the master of all the stimuli. Third, mind. Don't you know? How do you tell me that my mind is very disturbed? Because you are seeing that the mind is disturbed. No, day before yesterday, in the Harris Park Community Center, some talk was going on our Narsimha Jayanti. So the person afterwards said, "Can I ask a question?" I said, "Kya bolna bhaiya?" When I take the name of the Lord, my mind gets disturbed too much. And that's why I don't take the name of the Lord. But yeah, if you are saying that the mind is disturbed, you who knows that the mind is disturbed is other than the disturbance, isn't it? Now you watch this, that you are aware of the thought coming, staying, and going away. So I am speaking so many words. Each is a different word. As it came to your eyes or appeared as a thought in your mind, I came, stayed, went away. Am, came, stayed, went away. It's a thought in your mind I'm talking. Saying, it came in your mind, stayed in your mind, then went away from your mind. Only then the next thought can come. So, it's a short one. Many, that came, stayed, went away. Words, that came, stayed, and went away. This is how everything, every stimuli, everything is taking place in the mind. If he turns around, he will see his wife. The moment he turns around, he is laughing because in his mind already the wife has entered. Because I used the word wife. So if the moment she comes, Shailaja comes in front of him, he cannot think of himself as Rakesh. He will forget Rakesh and he will become the husband. The moment Shireen comes, very next moment, Shireen comes in front of him, he cannot remain a husband. If his attention is on Shireen, spontaneously, without any delay, the father will come out. It will maintain till she's there. In that moment, she says, "Aapne ye nahi kiya." Oh, tiriki. Immediately husband. Flipping, flopping. From this role to that role to this role to that role. Imagine how many roles we are carrying. But each one is happening at a time. Agitation, irritation happens when we are unable to control this coming and going of all of them. We are not able to step aside and see that it is not me who is coming and going, it is the thoughts which is coming and going. When this is not understood, the worst case scenario is depression. Even worse is suicide. In between somewhere is alcohol and drugs. And that's why our culture, our Sanatan Dharma tells you every day, thoda diya lagao, thoda jap karo, thoda dhyan karo, don't Don't run after the world as if it's that you haven't had enough of it. No, you are complete in yourself at any given moment. So here Bhagwan is, Bhagwan meaning Bhagwan Bhagavad Pad, which is our Adi Shankaracharya. He says that which is undisturbed by the changes of birth, growth, disease, decay, death, or the change of creation, maintenance and destruction, or don't you know that this morning waking began, whole day the waking has maintained, and tonight when you go to sleep waking will vanish. Then what will begin? Dream will begin, dream will be maintained, dream will vanish. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will say, "Oi, so I had a terrible dream, or I had a fantastic dream, or I had a wonderful sleep, or I had a terrible sleep." So even the waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state are happening in your presence. They are not happening to you. Don't own it. It is happening to this equipment. Waking, dream, and deep sleep is happening at the intellect level. These are just three convictions that you have created for yourself, and that's how it is. That's how the equipment functions. You have decided you are it, therefore you're persecuted by it. Get out. Any moment, you are always out. You are always other than the equipment. You are always the Brahman, the Atman, the infinite reality, which is always Satchidanand Swarup. It has never become less than that. You have to recognize it. That's all. And then here he says that, what is that last one? Vyadhi nasha vihinam avyayam vishwasrushtya vavighata karanam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. That Brahman which is unaffected by change, the way we explained it just now, that Brahman tattvamasi, you are that, thou art that. You are that. Keep doing the bhav in this manner again and again and again. One day when you think of something again and again, yours is love marriage. पहले दिन कहीं मिले होंगे, कहीं मिले थे, तब प्यार था नहीं, पर फिर कुछ हो गया, दिल में कुछ कुछ होता है. You understand? She will tell you, okay? थोड़ा she will tell you what I said. Then you interacted further, then suddenly something flipped, and the heart, how wonderful it will be. And then the relationship begins. If I keep, even sannyasi is not, if something keeps repeating in front of me, I'll get attached to it. That is how, I means the mind will get attached to it. But because we are on fire, that's why we wear burning clothes. Always on fire. क्यों भैया? Anything that comes to entrap us or attract us or lure us or get the better of us, पास में आते ही जल जाएगा. And what is that fire? That fire, this cloth, is a representation that Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. That our attention as a sannyasi, sannyasi is not a accolade. Sannyasi is not a padvi. Padvi, like king was crowned just now. Title. It's not a title. Sannyasi is an attitude, a state where you are abiding. Sannyas means samyak nyas, that you are untouched by anything. Just like fire is untouched. Anything you put in, it will grow further and it will turn everything into ash. So don't be too familiar with a sannyasi. You will burn. Because he is continuously tattvamasi bhavayatmani. He is not interested. He may be laughing, joking, doing everything. But if it comes to a tea, he's always only committed to the Brahman. He's only committed to the Atma that he is. And so should we all be. Every scripture says that, every Mahatma says that, every Puran says that, and that is the truth. That is fulfilling. That will bring contentment in life. for no reason. We want contentment and happiness for no reason. Not because we heard satsang, not because we are going to have good food. No, in spite of everything. And with that, we conclude today's satsang. And hope I didn't confuse you, but I got confused. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, जमुना महारानी की जय, आज के आनंद की जय। हर हर नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव।